Imagine working the lowest job in a billion-dollar company, mopping floors, emptying trash, while rich executives gamble with millions on the table. No one looks at you. No one remembers your name. You're invisible, forgotten. But what if... I told you, the janitor hiding in the shadows carried a secret so shocking it could flip the company upside down. And here's the kicker. When the CEO found out, he nearly lost his mind in front of his own investors. Stay with me, because once this secret came out, the entire office froze in disbelief. It all started one late evening inside a towering skyscraper. The CEO was a ruthless man, feared by everyone, arrogant, rich, and cruel. He treated workers like poker chips, disposable and worthless. Every morning, Daniel, the janitor, pushed his cart silently through the halls. People passed him like he didn't exist. Some managers even mocked him, saying, "Hey, janitor, don't miss a spot." They laughed, but Daniel never replied. His eyes stayed calm, his head low. Nobody knew the storms buried inside him. That night was different. The CEO had foreign investors visiting, powerful men from across the world. Billions were on the line. The office was decorated, security was tight, and everyone was on edge. But just as the investors arrived, disaster struck. The professional translators didn't show up. A car accident blocked the highway. They weren't coming. The investors spoke French, Russian, Arabic, Mandarin, languages no one in the company understood. The CEO's face turned crimson. He slammed the table so hard the glasses rattled. "Who here can translate?" His voice boomed like thunder. Silence followed. Not one employee dared to move. The deal was slipping away, millions ready to vanish, and then it happened. A quiet voice from the back of the room cut through the tension. I can help." Everyone turned. It was Daniel, the janitor, still holding his mop. People laughed nervously. "You? You're kidding, right?" One executive sneered. But Daniel ignored them. He looked directly at the investors and repeated their words, flawlessly, in French. The room froze. The investors leaned forward, intrigued. Daniel continued, this time in Russian. Their eyes widened, then Arabic, then Mandarin. Perfect pronunciation, perfect tone. Gasps filled the room. Daniel could speak 9 different languages. The CEO's jaw dropped. His pride shattered, but desperation took over. "You, come here." "Translate." For the next 3 hours, Daniel switched between languages like a master shuffling cards at a casino, smooth, confident, flawless. The investors were impressed beyond words. Smiles appeared, contracts were signed, hands were shaken. A deal worth billions was saved by a janitor. But deep inside, the CEO burned with anger. He couldn't stand being shown up by a man he thought was worthless. The whispers began spreading through the office the very next morning. "Did you hear? The janitor speaks 9 languages. He's smarter than half the directors here." For the first time, Daniel wasn't invisible. People stared at him with respect, envy, even fear. Daniel was summoned to the CEO's private office. Everyone thought he was finished. The CEO leaned back in his leather chair, eyes sharp like a gambler about to make his final move. His voice was low, but dangerous. "Tell me, Daniel, who are you really?" Daniel stood quietly. His hands trembled, but his voice was steady. Years of pain poured out. He revealed he was once a respected professor of linguistics. Universities had admired him. Students adored him. But one mistake changed everything. He got trapped in gambling, betting on things he thought he could control. He lost money, lost respect, lost his family. His life collapsed. The only work he could find was cleaning floors. Yet, even when life stripped him of everything, his brilliance never faded. He carried it like a secret flame, hidden, but alive. The CEO smirked, leaning forward. "Interesting. I don't believe in luck, Daniel. I believe in strategy. And maybe you're the best strategy I've ever seen." The very next day, Daniel was placed in another high-stakes negotiation, not as a janitor, but is the company's secret weapon. The room was filled with tension. Investors tested him, switching languages mid-sentence to see if he'd stumble. But Daniel didn't falter once. His confidence grew. His words built bridges. In less than an hour, he closed a multi-million-dollar deal. The same employees who once mocked him now clapped. And for the first time, the ruthless CEO himself stood and applauded. The janitor had become the hero, but then came the twist that silenced everyone. The CEO leaned forward. "Name your price. Money? A promotion? A house?" Daniel looked straight at him. His voice shook with passion. "I don't want your money. I want scholarships for poor kids who dream big but never get a chance. Kids like me, so they never end up here." The room went still. You could hear a pin drop. The CEO, a man who never cared about anyone but himself, sat frozen. After a long silence, he nodded slowly. Done. From that day on, Daniel wasn't just the janitor. He became the heart of the company, the man who saved deals, earned respect, and gave opportunities to hundreds of children. His story spread across the city. He became a legend. Students who once dreamed in silence now studied under scholarships funded by his wish. And the CEO, he changed too. For the first time in his life, he realized power wasn't just about money. It was about people. He never forgot the lesson. Never underestimate the quietest player at the table, because sometimes they hold the winning hand. So tell me, if life itself was a gamble, would you bet against the janitor? Drop your answer in the comments. And if you want more shocking stories like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now.